Welcome back to Sonic and the Black Knight. So, let's...
I really need to adjust the YouTube volume before I start the video.
Alright, this time we're going to play as Gawain, aka Knuckles.
My ancestor.
And we're going to play with his medal, obviously.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I think I used the medal in another level.
So, question.
Especially because I love this particular track anyway, so... There you go, Taylor, you can glide, as you can see.
Oh, sorry. Due to being able to customize the music you can choose for the stage, is potentially... is as a track that can potentially be chosen Pumpkin Hill?
No, sadly no. I would have put that if it was the case.
Clearly the best Knuckles theme.
Oh, definitely. Anyway,
what is it about
Knuckles is my favorite character to play as. Why?
Well,
because you can
skip the enemies.
yes, I can just glide through the enemies and I don't have to deal with this game's shitty combats. Bye.
It's a rabbit cap in Super Mario Land 2 all over again.
Bye.
So what does Gawain has to do in his stage?
Get to the goal. Get to the goal. It's nothing but at this point, Teo, it's nothing but get to the goal.
Well, I guess no, but I mean, each knight has to do something like planting the seals or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, they have to get to the seal, and that serves as get to the goal.
But you have to be careful he doesn't fly over the goal and have to go back.
Now, Dweeb's Pedro's not that careless.
Not just that, but remember, in Sonic games, even if you jump over the signpost will still spin somehow, even though that doesn't make a sense.
Sonic's going so fast the wind causes it to spin.
Too fast for Sonic.
Sure, why not?
But that doesn't make sense in wave ocean where your face plants into the sand bed.
There's the explanation. Another Sonic. Oh, there's my explanation of another.
Oh no, I'm gonna beat them. I'll just skip over them. Bye.
What is that?
Surprised that even the enemies with the spears can be skipped like that. Complete with a fixed camera shot.
Alright, let's get the fairies. There you go.
Whee!
Welcome to Sonic Fencer.
No, please, God, no. The last thing I want to see is a crossover between the worst part of Sonic and Fairy Fencer. I'm not referring to this game specifically, but considering how bad Fairy Fencer F is, any crossover with Sonic could involve only the bad parts of Sonic.
Yeah, especially considering how sexual Fairy Fencer F is.
You're gonna get explanation on the keys between Princess Elise and Sonic all the way through.
Oh, if the writer,
considering how full. Oh, go ahead.
If Compound Heart was the one handling Sonic 06's story, I can only imagine how far they would push that stupid romance.
Refer to the face that Silver makes during that cutscene.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, as we all know, thanks to Ace Attorney Free, Elise went on to be a better person.
You know.
And there we go. There you go. See, Devs, I passed for the signpost.
You know the end of Sonic Generations where Tails asked
Tails
asked
like I care.
keeping the rings. If it had a crossover with Fairy Fencer, we'd actually get a very in-depth, detailed answer to that.
It's interesting you say that, Shuei, because Neptunia Rebirth 1 has a Fairy Fencer F DLC event.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Alright, there you go. Let's cutscene.
Alright, so I guess next is Blaze after
Exactly.
This.
Alright, more foreshadowing.
Right. And when the 7 Millennium items will be aligned, something will emerge with a dragon with a P as a penis.
Ew.
There you go. There you go, Teo. Did you notice that, Teo? Gawain made a good point. Even though they talk about the scabbard of Excalibur, the truth is that we never actually saw the sword itself.
Yeah.
True.
Keep that in mind for later.
Well, I kinda can guess what the plot twist is, but I'm not gonna say anyway.
Alright, Percival.
Alright then.
Now to Percy.
Blaze Civil.
Yeah.
Alright,
Percy
Blaze
Does she controls like in 06?
No, all of the characters control pretty much like Sonic. They just have different abilities.
Blaze actually controls somewhat similarly to how she did in Sonic Rush, in that she has a fire tornado move.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the fire tornado is also in 06, yeah.
Does she also have a double jump?
Yeah. Well, wait, the double jump? No, she doesn't have a double jump from 06. Instead, she has a forward jump, a forward dash with her sword pointing forward. And fuck that.
No, that's because she uses a rapier, so that's a typical move, okay.
Pedro, bad timing.
I know. I don't like...
You can't blame motion controls on that one.
Shame on me for trying to play a platformer like I usually play platformers.
Also charming. Blaze is getting the stage to be played in something similar to what was called Volcano Core. Flame Core, yeah.
Anyway, basically the two abilities...
Well, she's fire-based.
Yeah. The two abilities... Yeah, that's another thing. She should not get hurt by this. That's another thing.
Oh, well,
technically this is not Blaze, I guess, so...
Also, while Blaze has control over fire, she cannot control magma. Magma is actually not...
Jova, as One Piece clearly told us, magma is different from fire.
Yes, exactly. That's actually true. Magma is different from fire, so it makes sense that you would get hurt by it. Heck, even Avatar respects the fact that magma isn't completely fire.
So yeah, Blaze's main special abilities are that forward dash with the sword that you just saw, and the fire tornado, which I think I do at some point. Let me see.
Alright. So is this theme from Russia as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, this is the CD version. So at the end of the CD version, there's that voice that says, "Let's do it."
Well, Teo, I do love me some Naganuma, so...
Not complaining.
True that.
Here we go.
Alright, let's try this again then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just don't this whole concept of the Sonic on Rails thing. I never liked this stupid concept. It's just you're just so restricting the player so much about what he can do.
I cannot see it happening as a good idea.
No, it's a terrible idea in general.
Yeah,
especially considering we already had the boost by this point.
Not just that, by that point, the max speed section in 06 were completely panned for what they were.
Yeah.
So you think...
Well,
and yes, Secret Rings was supposed to be originally a port of 06. I know that. But here's the thing. By that point, we should have known that max speed sections were not a great idea to begin with. So taking from that may have not been the best of choices.
To be fair, we had plenty of on-rail Sonic stuff, but those were more kept as sections before.
Was that like that very old arcade game called Sega Sonic, the one with Mighty, the Armadillo?
No, that was more of an isometric view one, but basically I'm talking about well, there were sections in 3D Sonic games that did have on-the-rail stuff, but they weren't for the entirety of the game, is the difference. Anyway.
I think what Theo meant was that we should not just have a whole game focus on this idea.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I was agreeing with. But yeah, while I like the combat and concept with the sword and stuff, I do agree that having stuff on the rails was not necessary.
Especially because Jova, I don't know if it's also that prevalent in this game, but from what I see of Secret Rings, that concept is immediately taken aback by the fact that each level has some kind of exploration elements to it.
Trust me, Teo. Knowing you like I do in terms of how you deal with the successes stuff on the PS3, trust me. If you played Secret Rings too, and trust me, Jova, Teo is really bad with this kind of controls.
It's not a question of just being bad, Jova. It's the fact that I don't like it.
Let me finish. Secret Rings doesn't have a 6-axis problem, if that's what you're wondering.
No, that's not what I'm... Maybe if you let me finish.
No, it's like motion controls, Jova in general, not really my thing.
He doesn't like them in general.
Welcome to the
I don't like them either, so...
Anyway, that's trust me too. If you played Secret Rings, you would go back to every range 6-axis in a hurry and say, I'm sorry.
Hold on, Jova. Considering that at some points the QTEs are kind of like jerking off the controller, I guess some kind of enjoyment must happening from there.
Yeah, go figure.
Alright, yet another section where we're just...
Well, surfing on lava, dude!
Yeah.
It's like that beat at the end of Sonic Boom with Roger Van Dime.
Or that...
Takes a bit from this, where Knuckles is like, oh, Sonic, a dragon, I'm gonna punch him in the face!
Or that section in Adventures of Hyperman. Hey, Entrob, look at me! Whoa, I'm surfing! Kawabunga, kawabunga. Because 90s.
Come on. So these kind of last levels have checkpoints, or you have to restart every time from the beginning?
There are checkpoints.
There are checkpoints, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, Blaze. Or Percival, rather. Whatever. She sounds like Blaze, she acts like Blaze, she looks like Blaze.
Well, you can also bypass some enemies with these geysers.
I'll just quote that my favorite episode from Cow and Chicken. Do you still allege a chicken is a duck? Well, he looks like a duck, acts like a duck, and quacks like a duck. Then it must be a duck, Your Honor. Sir, you can't argue against that logic. Case dismissed.
I objected.
Well, you have to admit, he makes a good argument. He looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck.
You have to be pixel perfect to get those fairies. Jesus.
No, actually, this part is not that bad.
But does he eat like a duck, though?
As Pedro said, but before immediately getting boulderized.
Well, to be fair, that was on the boulder. You don't have to be pixel perfect, thank God. You just have to be careful and timed well.
With motion controls.
This particular part doesn't really rely on much, aside from the swinging, which you only need to do if you get enemies. You don't really need the motion controls for this part.
Alright.
Yeah. Black Knight mainly uses the analog
Fucking hell,
mailed.
Don't worry, I added. It's because I let the time limit run out. Yeah. Just picture me being angry. There you go.
Yeah. Pedro getting angry at a Sonic game. That's
what a shitload of fuck.
Well, Pedro getting angry at any game.
Trust me, Dwebs. You should have seen. Trust me, Dwebs. You should have seen me trying to control Omicron.
That's that avatar of Pedro's that I've got of him cosplaying a Simon Blackwell, looking pissed. That's perfect.
Wait, no, that's Turner Gray, Dwebs.
Looks like Simon Blackwell to me.
That looks nothing like him. It's wearing a brown suit. Doesn't even have the same hair pattern. He's wearing glasses with Simon Blackwell. That's
racist.
Fact, none of his hair is even black in that avatar.
Guys, I've triggered Jova. What do I do?
Maybe shut up.
But guys, you know me by now. If I stay quiet for too long, you guys can play that Go Mystic.
Allow me to quote Simon Blackwell. Silence.
Allow me to quote
foreshadowing,
I guess.
Foreshadowing. Oh, that's why she didn't bother to read the one, I guess. Never mind.
Just felt lazy.
she was all like, "Fuck your foreshadowing. We're almost done anyway." Anyway, see you for the next part, everybody. Now we go back to Sonic, because Sonic still also has to do his own level before we get...
It's called Sonic and the Black.
See you, everybody.
See you then.
See ya.
See ya.